Honorable President of the UCS, Mr. Parameswaran Pillai, Honorable Minister Mr. Pondicherry, distinguished participants, my good friend Mr. Sambanam, distinguished Speaker Mr. Prasad Gadawar, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday I was in New Zealand. Mr. Sambat called me and ordered me to come. We were traveling, myself and my wife were traveling for nearly 28 consecutive hours around Auckland to Singapore, Singapore to Trivandrum, Trivandrum to Chennai, to make it possible as a mark of respect for my good friend Mr. Sambat. He always orders. But I came here with one conditionality. I told him that I should be given my 15-minute slot, which is with that conditionality I come. And I promise that I will not speak for more than that. Because recently a friend of mine had a very bad experience in the US. He was asked to speak for 15 minutes. He prolonged his talk. And one guy sitting in the first row was agitated. He picked up his gun from the pocket, holding the gun in his hand, and he was going around the hall. Then the speaker was stunned to silence. And he stopped the speech and said, I am speaking. You are going around the hall, holding the gun in your hand. What are you trying to do? He said, you continue, you go ahead. I am looking for the guy who invited you. So I said, I don't want Mr. Sambat to be very unpopular. I definitely confine my speech. I want my 15 minutes. Make it very clear. The topic given to me is opportunities and startups. Opportunities are plenty. Opportunities are plenty. But opportunities are not guarantees of wealth creation. To convert opportunities into guarantees of sustainable personal wealth creation is a discovery process. One has to discover personally, professionally and business-wise. And the best example is Dr. Pondicherry sitting here. My very old friend, I'd say very old friend, who said in 1982, both of us were staying in Sakti Sudha's guest house for 1 week. You recall, sir? I am very happy to see you after nearly 40 years. His growth, you should imagine, he's a miracle man. At that time, he was an assistant professor of economics in American University in the US. And within a period of 4 decades, my God, he is emerged as a business magnate. Nothing will fall like manna from heaven. When you venture into something, some people take it as a holiday, some people take it as an occasion, some people take it as a vocation. Whatever you do, you should take it as a vocation. Only then you can achieve great things in the field you want to specialize. Now, what are the opportunities available for Tamils? Plenty of opportunities are available. But the starting point is to erase our ignorance, which envelops our brain, using education as the most effective instrument. Whatever you try to do, basic thing is to understand, minimum is to understand your distance to the frontiers of best practice. You don't have to replicate the frontiers of best practice. Minimum is to know your distance. Then try to identify viable avenues of reducing the distance to the frontiers of best practice. In order to do that, you should get yourself educated formally or informally. Yesterday I was in New Zealand, virtually stunned to silence when I was told about the plenty of opportunities available for Indian students to do higher studies there. That's why I requested Mr. Balaji, can you get up? He is the gentleman running a company, he is the regional manager here, trying to facilitate the movement of students from India to New Zealand. You know how much they give? They give you 20 lakhs the New Zealand dollar for doing PhD. All that you have to do is to achieve some degree of proficiency in international standard English test. Am I right? And they arrange everything. And then for pharmacy, with the 12th standard, we just go there 5 lakhs. New Zealand. Because for a long time, they were depending on only the dairy products. And actually around 5 million people know. 50 million ஆடு இதில் அதை டைவர்ஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, ஸ்கில்ஸ் வேணும். இந்தியாவை நாட்டுறாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அவர் இங்கே இருக்கார், இன்னைக்கு ஃபுல்லாக அங்கே இருப்பார். தயவுசெய்து அப்ரோச் பண்ணுங்க. அவரை கேளுங்க, எல்லா வழிவகைகளும் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லித்தருவார். அந்த ஆடு மாட்டு மேய்க்கும் வளர்ந்து நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ அருண் ஐஸ்கிரீம் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு Mr. Chandramohan. 8th class fail ஆயிட்டார். ஃபெயில் ஆகணும்னு அவங்க அப்பா சொன்னாங்க, நீ படிக்கிறதுக்கு லாய்க்கு இல்லை, வீட்டில் 3 மாடு இருக்கு, அதை மேயினார். அவர் இப்போ எத்தனை மாட்டை மேய்ச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு தெரியுமா? 30 லட்சம் மாட்டை மேய்ச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு. அருணேஸ்வரி மிஸ்டர் சந்திரமோகன். இவங்க 2 ஆண்டுல அவர் வந்து 1 கோடி மாடு மேய்க்க போறாரு. What a tremendous growth. He is the best example for reducing the distance to frontiers of best practice in the sense. Today, the man started with milk he sourced from 3 cows, is now exporting 18 varieties of disaggregated dairy products to the global markets, coveted markets. Developed countries are importing it by virtue of hard work, dedication, commitment, sincerity, loyalty, everything. This is how one has to climb the ladder of career development. Now, opportunities. Let me just reflect on few things. It's important to understand emerging ideas on the new business world. What are the ideas? There's a famous economist called Henry Rifkin. He is the author of the famous book titled The Third Industrial Revolution. He says in the next 30 years, everything will be triggered by renewable sources of energy. We will be converting water, wind, waste into watts and watts into wealth. This is what he says. This building will be a powerhouse. Each building will generate its own power. This is what he says. And centralize this distribution of power from the dams and nuclear power stations, hydropower will disappear. He systematically proves that in the next 30 years. Chinese picked up that. One good thing with China, whenever there is a good book available with the innovative ideas, they immediately translate it into Chinese and to distribute the copies as extensively as possible. They want people to learn innovative ideas. Idea is wealth. New knowledge is generated by institutions, exploited by laboratories, and commercialized by dynamic firms. So, if Chinese say, if one Chinese guy can pick up a single idea and thereby develop a global factory, that's enough for them. They spend millions of money on it. That's why China is where it is. I would say something must have gone wrong in translating English into Chinese, translating the phrase copyright. My feeling is that when the phrase copyright was translated from English into Chinese, they gained the feeling, when they read copyright in Chinese, they gained the feeling that copyright means right to copy. And they systematically copy. You can see Toyota, Fortuner, Tito, 100%, there will be a small change. That's all. So, Chinese are so innovative. Once myself and my wife happened to be in front of the Great Wall of China. Normally, I am not the type of person to be fascinated by the 7 wonders. Whenever I see the Victoria Fall, Great Wall of China, this is the Great Wall of China, I will not be stand silent, fascinated. That's my character. One Chinese guy came to me and said, what's your name? I said, I have the longest name which goes from Vienna to India. Very difficult, right? He said, you spell out the country names and the city names. So I said, Vienna, India, Netherlands, Austria, within a minute. I was just looking at the Great Wall. Within 1 minute, he gave me a diploma for climbing the Great Wall of China, $1. And the diploma says, this is to certify that Mr. Vinachiyara Japamale climbed the Great Wall of China. I did not climb a single step. Who does not want a diploma without working for it? So I was very happy. Looking at my happy face, he said, if you give me $5, I will just engrave it on a red plate, a nice metal plate, and give it to you. I gave him $5, it decorates my living room. Of course, I did climb the Great Wall of China eventually. And if you go to any hotel there, you will see the names, George, Thomas, Matthew. They know that for foreigners, it's very difficult to pronounce Chinese names. It's not easy. When a baby is born in China, they name the baby after throwing a coin on the steps. If the sound is ding, then immediately they give the name ding, something like that. So, they give the Christian name, George, Thomas, very easy for foreigners to follow. They know that it's very difficult for. So when you go and complain that there is no running water, hot water, immediately they please go and talk to George. In the beginning, I took some time for me to just understand that. Then I realized this is to facilitate the whole process. Then next economist is Peter Mars. Peter Mars talks about technological marvels. His book is titled The New Industrial Revolution. As you know from first industrial revolution to the fourth industrial revolution. We call it Industry 4.0. Technology triggered everything. And during the pre-industrial revolution, there was some type of industrial revolution that was called industrious revolution. There was no factory, no workshop, nothing. The household sector responded to growing demand for goods and services. This is what happened. The household sector participated in producing that because there was no factory, but there is some type of neo-industrious revolution taking place now. Because with enhanced adaptive capabilities and skills, anybody can participate in the global value chain. I don't know whether you heard of Lagos. Lagos' reputation is very bad. International reputation is upon landing in Lagos in Nigeria, you get killed. This is the reputation. Very bad reputation and very high rate of corruption. Highest rate of corruption. Recently I was there. I used to say, in some countries corruption is under the table. In some countries it is over the table. In Lagos, table itself is corrupt. The table is corrupt. I happened to be in front of the immigration officer a few months ago, and he looked at my passport and in a very loud voice he said, I am going to send you back. I said, why sir? Because you got your visa in February. He interpreted 7 with a stroke as 2. And the Indian lady standing behind me said, don't worry.